Right, when it comes to a cancellation policy, number one, you want to have one. It's important. But here's some of the crucial things that you want to do and some best practices for how you can win some people back as well. So, number one, you want to have a cancellation policy. You want to tell people what's the method of how they cancel. I suggest that you ask for it in writing. So have them actually email a particular, support or office email account to let you know. And you want to let people know how long they need to give in terms of notice. So many people will do 2 weeks or a month's notice. You need to choose what's right for you. Now, the other things that you want to do is you want to have kind of like a little exit survey. You don't want to make this too long and lengthy, but if you can ask people a bunch of questions, and there's some really good examples of BAM Squad members' exit surveys down below, you may actually come across something that they actually reveal to you that can help you win them back. And so you want to train your team to say, when they contact you, say, hey, we're really sorry to hear that you're going to be stopping lessons. Here's the link just to fill out our exit survey. And there's some examples of emails that you can send with that to get them to do it. And then you want to make sure you or your team are really quick to read that and see if there's anything worth responding to. Obviously, if it's like, hey, we're moving to another country, okay, great. Unless you have an online option for them to stick around, you've lost that student. That's a shame. Hopefully they'll give you a nice testimonial as well. So that's another thing you can ask for, is ask for a great testimonial if they've had a good experience. And you can ask them to either do a Google review or actually have a link where they can do a video email recording. And so they can either use loom.com because they can get a free membership to that, or they can just pick up their phone and send it to you, or we use videoask.com, which allows them to just click a link, hit record. They don't need to send us any files. It does it all for us. So there's another option. Now, in their feedback, you might actually get something that you might be able to win them back with. So they might say, Toby just didn't connect with the new teacher and we just think we'll take a break. And you can read into that and go, oh, okay, well, we've got, 7 other teachers that might be suitable. Get on the phone, go, hey, would Toby like to come in and just try before you go? Because you're going to have to look for something somewhere else anyway. Do you want to come and try with Steve? Steve's really awesome. He'd love to meet Toby. Could we get you to give it one more shot? Maybe that's the thing that you can do. And so you're training yourself and your team to look for these reasons in this exit survey to see, is there a way we can retain this person? Because remember, retention is one of the biggest drivers of your profit. It's so much easier to retain a good customer than to have to find a new one. So that's the purpose of that. You can also look for trends. So if you see, several people leaving because, Rachel was always late or flaky, well, you can then address that and you have it documented to go, hey, Rachel, we've got an issue here. What are we going to do about this? Can't carry on. So, yeah. And we won't get into details of how to handle those conversations yet. We'll talk about that in Module 6. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to move people to a cancellation email list, okay? So even though they've left, the people that haven't left for good in terms of moved away to another city, or you've had an awful experience and you never want to invite them back, those people do happen to come along every now and then. But the bulk of people, you still want to have an opportunity for them to come back. And so you want to set in your calendar, a best practice is to have, say, a quarterly little launch or an email where you send all your ex-students some sort of offer to come back. And there's some examples down below. Mike Grande is really great. He's got an example where he sends a postcard to people saying, hey, we miss you, come back, here's a special deal. We used to send these cute little animal pictures, and I've put some down below, and also in the downloads you can grab them if you want. So you put that in an email, and you can also do video emails, and so saying, hey, we miss you, we'd love you to come back, and if you want to come back, we've got a special deal happening right now where you get XYZ or this discount or this special bonus or a prize or voucher or whatever you want to come up with. And so if you have 4 different things through the year, maybe it's movie tickets, maybe it's a month free, maybe it's a month half price, 4 different things that are interesting and cool that people would actually want, and you just have to calendar every 90 days, every quarter you're going to send one of these emails. You only have to write 4 emails and then you repeat it each year and you send it to that list of ex-students. So there is a chance that a bunch of them will come back. And so if you show up in their email box, you're being reminded of them. And sometimes, honestly, it's not them that wants to come back, but it's a new brother or sister that wants to start lessons, and you're front of their mind and you just caught them at the right time. So that is 3 main things that you need to get sorted. You need to make sure you've got a cancellation policy in place. You need to make sure that you've got a little exit survey form, even if it's just a couple questions, but check out the examples below. And you want to have a cancellation list or email list that you move people to, tag them, automate in software that you're using, maybe if you're spending a bit of money to do this. And you want to have a system in your calendar to make sure that you do contact people to invite them back. So there we go. Check out all the examples down below, and if you come up with something cool, make sure to share it in the BAM Squad group so we can add it in here for everyone else to benefit from too.